You know how it feels, right? That little flutter in your stomach that tells you something isn't right. When someone talks to you and you feel like they're setting traps instead of talking to you, it happens. They smile and their eyes look real, but your gut is telling you to be careful. Your basic instinct is telling you that there is a predator in human skin. And here's the scary truth. These predators, who are great at lying and manipulating people, don't just lie when they talk. They also lie when they ask questions. Yes, they use questions as weapons to disarm you, change how you see things, and eventually make you doubt your own sanity. They are sneaky, dangerous, and very good at getting you to doubt your truth. In this video, we'll look at the 5 most dangerous questions that liars use all the time. We're not just telling you who they are. We're also giving you the tools to see them right away, break down their strategies, and take back your control. Because once you know how they play, their whole show falls apart. It's not about being cynical. It's about seeing through the smoke and mirrors in this world. First question. Why are you being so dramatic? If you get caught red-handed, this is the standard move to make. You found out that they were lying, maybe in a small way or in a big way, and instead of owning up to it, they turn the tables. They want to make you look like the crazy one, the one who's too emotional, and the one who's overreacting. It's a brilliant way to get out of something. You show proof, you say how hurt or frustrated you really are, and their first answer isn't an explanation or an apology. It's a direct attack on your feelings. They're not denying what they did. They're trying to make you feel bad about how you feel about it. This inquiry is a sneaky way of gaslighting, which is when they try to make you question your own view of reality. When a liar says, "Why are you being so dramatic?" they are basically arguing that your reaction is the problem, not what I did. They want you to get caught up in defending how you feel, which will take all the attention away from what they did wrong. The instant you start to explain why you feel the way you do, "I'm not being dramatic. I'm just unhappy because you lied," you've entered their arena and turned the focus from their responsibility to how you feel. They exploit this to avoid punishment. If they can get you to believe or even simply make you wonder that your sentiments are too strong, then what they do seems less bad or even right. They want to change the story so that you're the unstable main character and they're the innocent victim of your too much emotion. Understand that this question is just a desperate attempt to escape taking responsibility by challenging your emotional validity. Don't fall for it. Your sentiments are real, especially when someone lies to you. Second question. Do you even trust me? This is the nuclear option for emotions. When you catch a liar in the act and their lies start to fall apart, they often use this very deceptive trick. You've given them information, pointed out discrepancies, or told them you don't trust them more because of how they've acted. Instead of clarifying or confessing, they toss this emotional grenade back at you. Wow, can you even trust me after everything we've been through? This isn't a real request for comfort. It's emotional extortion disguised as weakness. Humbling. They're trying to make you feel bad because they lied. When they ask if you trust them, they change the subject from what they've done to how loyal you are. You're not questioning their honesty anymore. You're on trial for not believing them. This question is meant to make you feel guilty and ashamed right away. It puts you in a tough spot. You're the nasty guy who doesn't trust if you say no. If you reply yes, you're basically saying it's okay for them to act that way. It makes you have to defend your trust instead of them having to earn it. This is a basic truth. People you can trust don't need to ask if you trust them. What they do, how they act, how honest and consistent they are, all speak for themselves. It's a huge red flag when someone repeatedly wants you to tell them that you trust them, especially when there is clear evidence that they are not trustworthy. They don't want to comprehend. They want to be forgiven without having to own their mistakes. They want you to trust them, but they don't want to have to be trustworthy. Don't let them use your kindness against you. Question number 3. So what do you want me to say? This question, which can be asked with a sigh, a shrug, or even fake anger, is one of the most passive-aggressive things a liar can say. You made your argument and showed proof of their dishonesty, but instead of answering directly, they give you this. They planned it up so that you would have to deal with their confession. They're acting like they're too puzzled or overwhelmed by what you said to be able to come up with an answer. But what they're really saying is, "I'm guilty, but I want you to give me the script for my apology so I don't have to feel or admit anything." They want you to give them the words, the reason, and the way out that is easiest for them. This inquiry shows a deep lack of real regret. A person who is sincerely apologetic doesn't need to be told to say they're sorry or take responsibility. They don't wait for you to give them lines. They give an honest, unsolicited confession. When a liar says, What do you want me to say? In a way, they're attempting to get someone else to take responsibility for them. They don't want to deal with the pain of coming up with a real apology or explanation, so they'd rather just repeat whatever words you give them. This is a way to play with your urge to find a solution. They know you want them to say they're sorry, admit they did something wrong, and apologize. They can then say, "See, I said what you wanted. Are you happy now?" Without ever really understanding what they did wrong. Don't ever write their apologies for them. Don't let your pain make you act sorry. Instead, demand real accountability. Question 4. Can we please just move on? Liars hate being uncomfortable. They hate being watched, especially when their story starts to fall apart. So when a fight goes too far for them, or the truth gets too close, they use the move on card. It's their last-ditch effort to conclude the debate early so they can get away from the attention their lies are getting. This is tiring. Can we just go on? This isn't a call for peace. It's a demand for an early end without anyone being held responsible. They wish to hide what they did wrong and hope that if they move on quickly, the penalties would go away. They mix moving on with forgetting or forgiving, skipping all the steps in between. To really heal and move on, you need to think about what happened, comprehend it, and maybe be responsible for it. A liar's "let's just move on" skips all of this. They want a quick way to get to peace without having to deal with the hard work of confessing, feeling sorry, or making things right. They want things to be better without having to deal with what they did. This strategy takes advantage of your desire for peace and your dislike of long-term confrontation. Don't mix up a liar's desire for ease with a real desire to do better. Not being accountable doesn't help you go on. It lets more lies happen. You can't make real progress by ignoring the truth. You have to face it. You are not a doormat for them to walk on. 5. Are you really going to throw everything away because of this? This is the emotional nuclear bomb that liars use when they feel that their carefully built reality is falling apart. When faced with the incontrovertible facts and your constant demand for responsibility, they try to scare you and make you feel bad. They try to make your reasonable response to their lies look like an extreme act that will ruin your relationship. Are you really going to toss everything away after all we've been through? They might say this with a fake sorrowful voice, a weak voice, or even tears. It's clear what the message is. It's not their untruth that is putting the relationship, friendship, or collaboration at risk. It's you. Instead of being the one who betrayed your trust, they act like they are the victim of your unrealistic expectations. This inquiry is a last-ditch effort to play on your loyalty and fear of losing. They want you to think about their one error in light of all the good times you've had together, expecting you'll give in to keep the past. But here's the most important point. It's not one falsehood that shows true integrity. It's the pattern of dishonesty. If this one thing is part of a bigger pattern, then by putting up with recurring lies, you're really trading away your self-respect and peace of mind. They want you to feel very guilty for sticking to your limits. They want you to think that looking for the truth is bad for you and selfish. But keep in mind that if you have to give up your truth and put up with deception to keep a relationship going, the price is just too expensive. This question is a last-ditch effort to take charge. A last-ditch attempt to make you doubt your limits and your value. Don't fall for it. Your peace is worth more than everything. That's all there is to it. Liars use these 5 trick questions to get what they want. They don't ask to learn. They beg to hurt. They don't want things to be clear. They want to dominate the story. Their purpose isn't to tell the truth, but to control how you see it. But now you have a weapon. You are no longer just a player in their game. You are the referee, and you have a whistle and a red card ready. The next time someone tries to get you to calm down by saying, "Why are you being so dramatic?" or tries to make you feel bad by asking, "Do you even trust me?" you'll realize that the manipulation is what it is, and you will be able to keep your peace, your sanity, and your truth safe. You stop being the target and the strategist once you know the playbook. You call the fouls, kick the players out, and guard your peace like it's the most important thing you own, because it really is. If this idea spoke to you and you're tired of living in a society where honesty seems like a strange idea, you're at the perfect place. Hit the subscribe button to join our group. Let's work together to figure out how people act. Also, if this video helped you understand something or gave you strength in any way, please give it a thumbs up. It helps us get these realities out to more people who need to hear them. And for those of you who have been asking, I know that a lot of you liked my last video. Every ADHD symptom explained. It's just as vital to know the small ways that other people lie as it is to know the small ways that our own thoughts work. Please let me know in the comments which of these questions you have heard the most and how you answered them. Thanks for viewing. Your experiences help others learn. And don't forget that being clear is your superpower.